Good evening, everybody. Welcome to My Mind Sports on Bliss.fm. If you're hearing our voice, it means it's another Tuesday. Joined in the studio by Miss Octavia Wyatt. What's going on, Octavia?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm good. You was on time today. That's why we started late. That's how I knew something was wrong. It was. Look, the sun was out while it was snowing today, and that's why you was on time.
It snowed today? I missed that.
Yeah. They were like snowflakes coming up the sky today. You didn't come outside at all today?
No, I did.
You didn't see it at all?
No, I must
Was
not
it
have
just
been
a
in
Virginia
Miami.
thing?
It might have been.
Just a Virginia
I didn't go to
thing?
Virginia today.
Okay.
Might have been a Virginia thing.
Maybe it was just a Virginia thing. I apologize.
I'm gonna say that's what it was.
Okay. Well, welcome to the show either way, since it didn't snow where Octavia was. Maybe it snowed where you guys at. Joining us in the studio tonight, we got Mr. Cardell Dudley from Magazine, man. We told y'all on social media all day he's going to be joining us. We also have D from Oohhs Aahhs. So, fellas, how y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah, don't all speak at once.
I'm doing good. Happy to be here again.
It's been a while since y'all was here. It was electric last time. Y'all were here, man. Hey, look, that's why today we already got y'all on separate sides already. You know?
I wasn't here. I don't know what happened.
I think, were you here?
Nah, she wasn't.
I wasn't
Okay.
here.
Yeah, you missed it. It was electric. Got to talk about the NBA draft.
And I'm in the middle. I don't know how I'm gonna. I'll be there right for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little
Good luck.
calm.
Hey, look, man, I thought it was great radio last time.
It was.
It was
A
fun.
lot of people talk on it.
I have a feeling that we're going to get back to that level of explosiveness later this year, being closer to the NBA draft.
Oh yeah.
'Cause we're definitely going to get back to those conversations. But I'd be remiss before we jump into all the NBA talk tonight if we didn't mention the Super Bowl. You know, let Cardell gloat a little bit, because I know he's been wanting to. That's how. Hey, look, I was waiting for that text after like the clock hit triple zeros on Sunday, but then I remember I didn't really say nothing too crazy to him, so I didn't get a text till like yesterday or today. But congrats, you know.
And it's been a long time. A lot of heartache and pain.
So like I asked you earlier, how much is Von Miller getting? Is it going to be a blank check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's waiting on the food way, whatever you want, baby. Not when you play like that. Like, he pretty much won that thing. Not just him, DeMarcus Webb was on it.
That defense though.
Talib almost cost us, man. He was killing me.
He's
I was
special.
like, yeah.
And you know what?
I was like,
We're not going to
wow.
talk about the special case because that was just one idiot out of 10 really, really good players.
Man, he
That
put
would be
them
the
down
difference.
there, man. All they had to do was score. It might have been different, but I mean, I'm just happy, turn that corner.
Well-
Peyton got his second. He could ride off in the sunset the right way.
All right, and we've had a lot of stuff this week. I was dying during the game where I forgot. Was it Phil Simms?
Mhm.
When he was trying to talk Peyton into the MVP talk for the game, we all saw clearly that Vaughn is an alien. And,
I wish they would have.
man, but
Not
he
even
tried
close.
to. Like, he tried to, and I was just like, I love Peyton, man, but y'all got to stop. Like, Vaughn, D and I were just talking about this, man. So, Tom Brady, we heard for weeks going into it that he got rid of the ball. One of the quickest quarterbacks in the league got rid of the ball. How do you just simply go, oh, it's okay, we'll just go faster? And you're shedding a block and turning the corner in less than 2 seconds. I know as a Broncos fan, you enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, heck yeah. I mean, it's no secret they carried us the entire season. Because at the beginning, Peyton, everybody I'm like just stuck on Peyton. I was like, man, get him out of there. Like he looked bad. Like that. What was that? Kansas City had 7 interceptions. It was something crazy.
Like 4 picks or something.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, when he. Oh,
Yeah, self-destructed. Yeah.
man, look. It looked like Kobe early in the season. Like it's over, baby. You gotta sit him down. So, and everybody had to contribute. Brock had to come in, play good, keep the winning going, so we can get that home field. And then once he got healthy, I ain't no Peyton. Once they said he was kind of banged up, once he got healthy, he went off. Intelligence. His physical abilities wasn't there, but he just outsmarted guys, and he took down Big Ben, Brady, and Cam. Enough said. Right off in the sunset, nothing else needed to prove. He got every, record, passing record there is, just about. Nothing else left to prove.
Like they say, at the end of the day, defense win championships.
Yeah.
I mean, they made Brady look like that, so should nobody have been surprised about that.
But that's why I was shocked when everybody picked the Panthers.
Yeah.
And that bright lights was tough.
New England's tough. When you beat New England, you got a tough mob
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And I think, like he said, everybody overlooked that. You got to score to win.
Well, I think that was the thing. I think, like, at least for me, I know we were talking about it. It was two really good defenses.
Yeah.
And Denver, and I think, as you said, a lot of it, Payton's intelligence, kept their offensive line from dying.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's a shot at Cam's intelligence, but you've been in them type of wars like that before. You know, whatever the play was called, you know what your line's capable of.
Yeah.
And he kind of kept them out of those, oh my gosh, I'm dead situations.
I mean, look,
There was maybe one play where
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
had a clean shot at him.
Cam couldn't think straight because he was tired. You know, like we was smacking him, and I never seen him get smacked. Like, I mean, Von Miller set the tone when he smacked, put him on the back and roughed the ball. That's what I was like. Okay,
I never seen that was the first time all year when I seen
Yeah, he don't
this
go
5
down like
offensive
that.
linemen. There were 4 Broncos in the backfield on every play.
So he was running for his life. That's why he was gay, and that's what I'm saying. You know, and like you said, you talking about it's like you talking about 20 years of experience to 4.
And it's not the same.
Exactly.
It's not the same. Because for Payton, you got instant recall to see these situations. You be like, oh, I remember this time, and that time.
Exactly. He won. He lost. He got destroyed by the Seahawks not too long ago. Like all that. Even though Von Miller and all them guys.
And I think, but you want to know what? And I think looking back at that makes a lot of us question. You think back to that massacre. Chris Harris, I've been saying, and I'm proud to say, best cover slot dude in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Not having him is kind of a huge deal.
Not having Vaughn.
And,
not having Wolf.
and after seeing Vaughn, yes, and Derek Wolf pretty much shut down the run. Him and Malik Jackson by themselves, allowing the pass rush just to go. And it was wonderful watching that type of defense.
And Peyton luckily had that on his side this year.
Yeah.
It was just reverse. He had that monster on his side. That's all it was.
And my man Elway, he don't get enough credit for. He's like on some Jerry West as an executive.
That was brilliant. In 1 year, he was just like
he learned.
Yeah.
Because remember when he first got there, it was all offense.
Mm-hmm.
He learned real quick, like when you go up against a great defense, that if you don't have a defense, it's gonna be
It's
trouble.
not only a defense. Y'all had like 4 waves of scary pass rushers.
He
Like
learned.
waves.
The Legion of Boom.
Like everybody remember Shane Ray from Missouri? Yeah, he's a Bronco. He just kind of comes in.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
that's a luxury. He fell in the draft. He got a first round pick with that type of talent. Chillin'. You got Shaq Barrett. Pass rush after pass rushes. It was special, man. But real quick, we had that whole thing. Everybody's going with Cam and the media reactions. And just to kind of share the whole background with that, in the Super Bowl media, one thing that they don't do as well as the NBA does, the NBA keeps the losing team and the winning team separate for press conferences. One of the things I don't know if everybody knows, because we've seen all the hot take stuff with Cam and being a kid and walking out, all this other stuff. Chris Harris and Cam Newton were well within earshot, not like far, far away. But if the players are close enough where if you're asking, you failed, right? And you're getting asked questions about what happened. And the dude over there who definitely deserves to say what he wants because they won. You know, and that's sports. There's a lot of bravado with it. And he's within earshot. It's kind of real hard just from a human standpoint to sit right there and listen to it. And I'm not excusing or anything. I'm just laying out the entire picture because I think real quick, whatever happened, you know, social media these days, it just ignited. Little kid Cam walked away from the press conference. I really doubt that it was from the questions. I think it's more of sitting there and listening to the person that beat you talk about you within earshot. And again, we've never seen that in the NBA. They're not in the same room talking. You talk to the winners, you talk to the losers. I think it's kind of hard for just being a human to sit there and hear, you already know you failed. To hear the dude that won talk smack about it, it's one thing to read in the papers, but to listen to it,
After it just happened.
like right now, like a couple years ago when, and this was worse, a couple years ago when the Niners and the Ravens were in the Super Bowl, they had the press stuff back to back. So which is a curtain separator. They were literally sitting back to back, which probably was worse than this. But NFL, why don't you fix that?
Yeah.
You gotta talk to the NFL, but I mean, I guess in a way I'm old school. Is if you're gonna talk it,
Yeah, you got
back it
to.
up, and then at the same time, if you gonna be loud and bravado when you win, be the same way when you get beat down. I mean, like you said, the NFL always been like that. When my Broncos got punished by the Seahawks, they were sitting there, anybody go off and walk off, you know. And I'm pretty in the Legion Boom stayed talking. Richard Sherman, come on, man, you know they took it. There's nothing you can say. They smacked us. You got smacked this time. Just just deal with it. And a lot of it was, some of it was because of you. Not getting that fun, you jumping back like let's keep it 100. But but the whole week, the whole 2 weeks, you ain't heard nothing from the Broncos. And and that's how I knew they was focused. The Panthers was like, we gonna win this. Cam Fob on first take and skip dad with me. We gonna be dabbing after the game. I'm like, okay, then Bono say nothing, then what happened? So yeah, and what disappointed me with that, he could have showed all the, like that lady that wrote the letter, all those ignorant critics, just how much grown up he was in defeat.
Right.
Just standing there and just answering. Yeah, I mean, they earned the right to talk trash. They won. So, it is what it is, But if he would have stayed there, I think he would have showed more to them ignorant folks
You
that
think
just on him.
it just gave fuel
and
to
lost.
those that already didn't like him.
Exactly. And now they gonna ride this, even when he win, they gonna keep, man. But I remember way back when.
Yeah.
And like Magic, he said it best. He said, man, when you the leader, you supposed to lead not just in the good times, you gotta be a leader in the bad times too. You the MVP, you the face of the league, you the face of the franchise, you the face of so many things. You gotta stand there and take it. Everybody else did, why didn't you? As simple as that.
Anybody
I
else on that?
mean, yeah, me personally, I mean, I didn't have a problem with it, but I understand like what Cardell, because a lot of youngers look up to him. So at the end of the day, you gotta lose graceful. Because if I had a son and all year he's watching Cam, I would want to say, okay, when you lose, just like what Russell Wilson did last year, go up there, take it like a man. You know what I'm saying? It's upset to be upset. I mean, it's understandable to be upset, but it's a time and a place. You gotta be up there and be a professional. But me personally, is growing up, kind of understanding the situation like what you saying. Yeah, I just lose, I might, he's a sore loser, he walks off. You go, okay, but for like what he's saying, for everybody, the public, the little kids that look up to him, you gotta sit up there and take that as a man.
Yeah, because it's bigger. That's all I'm saying.
It's bigger than him.
Yeah, it's bigger.
Exactly, because like you say, he's walking around, he's
He
dancing,
represents so
he's
much.
out front. He's becoming a face. He was a win away from really getting to that level of Brady Manning. So you gotta be up there like Russell Wilson. Like when Russell Wilson gets up to speak, you proud of Russell. You say, okay, yeah, that's the way. If I had a son to go up there, that's the way you want to do it.
And that's the way.
Even though he speaks it cliche, but still, he gets up there and takes it.
But bottom line, for what we're talking about, he's there to respond. Octavia.
Yeah, I definitely agree with both points. Like, I understand that situation of being in that moment of, like, I just lost, like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Because, just like you said, he wants to win. I mean, but like you said, you are the face of a franchise. You are the face of all these little kids looking up to you. And I think a lot of the times the players, they know that, but they still don't know it. Like, they know that they have these kids looking up to them, but at the end of the day, they're worried about themselves. I mean, as they should be, but they never really put in a perspective like, dang, if I hadn't done that, because kids are really looking up to me like that. They think about it after the fact. Because I think he thought about that after the fact, which is why, like, now the videos of him actually talking to the press and going back and saying, like, yeah, I should have handled it differently, and things like that are coming out now. But it all goes back to what you do in the moment. And a lot of times they don't stop to think about it in the moment. They just go off of their feelings. And I know it's hard in that situation, especially being on the biggest stage as it is. So, I mean, it's like one side of you want to give him some slack, because I feel like, he's been in the spotlight this whole time. And I think most of it wasn't not his fault, but I don't think he went about it trying to be in the spotlight. I think he went about it just trying to be himself, but being himself put him in the spotlight. At the same time, like, I feel like the dancing and the dabbing and all that stuff, that's just stuff he likes to do, but everybody zoomed in on it and it made it into a larger deal. And then that way it snowballs effects into everything else. So like now you're like, I can't just think about what I want to do. I gotta remember that people are looking at me and scrutinizing me in everything I do. That was the point where you say, like, I really wish he would have stood there and took it, because it kind of would have shut down a lot of things that people are doing. It made it so much worse for him now. I'm glad I'm glad it's kind of over as far as the season is, and we don't have to hopefully, harp on this forever. Because I'm so tired of hearing it.
But come on, like, we know it's not over. You got people writing open letters.
Yeah,
people just mad because, like, secondly, he's not the first and last player to celebrate in the NFL.
And he's not the first and last person to walk away from an interview.
But still, like y'all said, it was just bigger. In that moment, it was bigger than him.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, I think maybe he realized the day after. And, it is what it is. And my whole thing, he owned up to it. But, as you said, damage is done.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, think about Muhammad Ali when he lost to Frazier. He opposed to Vietnam War. They already didn't like him because he was he was out there. Mm-hmm. But he was nice. He was backing it up. But when he got blackballed, he couldn't box. He came back. He got knocked out by Joe Frazier. And they gave all the critics, like, all that, like, yeah, I told you, man, that's what you give. And I'm like, he stood up there and took it. And it was way worse for him.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He gave all credit. Yo, Joe Frazier's a great boxer. You know, but I'll be back. And then he came back in the bench. And then, you know, that's when, wild thing is that's when it started turning, when they was like, man, maybe he's not as bad as we thought. Maybe we judging him wrong. And then he became what he is now, arguably the greatest athlete to ever walk, you know, the planet. So that's all it was. You know, all that other stuff, people that's just ignorance. But I just wanted him to handle that to prove to people, because that's always been his little thing with him coming out of college. He was him make sure he didn't know, you know, and I just wanted him to prove the critics wrong. Like, yeah, he handled it like a man, shut up.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
it's
all
kind
it
of
was.
just everybody's from the same place of, you just wanted the detractors finally to just let it go.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you've been hearing everything he can't do. He has a tremendous season this year. We can't talk about the football stuff. So the last thing we can talk about is the character.
Correct.
And now, as you said, it's more fuel now. People assassinating his character for a mistake at 26 years old, which, again, probably should have did the other thing because it was big to him. But a lot of people sitting here, we throwing stones. You're 26 years old. If that was you on that stage, a lot of people talking crazy. I challenge you to sit there in front of everybody when you make a decision or a mistake in front of everybody and own up to it. It's easy to say from here.
Yeah,
It's real easy to say, but I get what y'all saying from it's bigger than him.